So above here this is the second most shared article on LinkedIn. It was 6 toxic behaviors that push people away, how to recognize them in yourself and change them. It was posted last June. It went viral. It had 2.8 million views. The lady who wrote this is a coach out of the US. She's since had TV shows, she's got speaking gigs, and her highest article reach before was just in the 600s. So it just caught a trend and it went flying. So content, keep your content, like the most shared and read content is between 2,000 and 3,000 words. On LinkedIn, if you're actually talking about a main article that's less than 1,000 words, it's going to be the least read.
I'm so curious about that. I'm just so curious. That is like, I'm thinking the equivalent of a public article. That is so long. It's long to read.
Yeah.
So is it that, I can't imagine that people are reading the full 3,000 words.
I'll be honest, I can't imagine people would read the full 1,000 words, but I think these are the stats. I think it's just that people, it seems more official,
yeah,
as opposed to like one of the smaller blog posts that was just like 1,000 words. But I agree with you. Like our attention spans now, which is why I say when you're going to publish an article, make sure there's like a colorful image at the top because it gets someone's attention. Our attention spans right now are less than a fish. It's 8 seconds.
Could the words be making it more common?
Pardon me, sir?
Could the words be making it easier to find on LinkedIn?
Could the words be making it easier to find on LinkedIn? Absolutely. Yeah. And so one of sort of bringing me to my next point, thank you. The most shared posts on LinkedIn like have the word success or succeed in them as a title. It's so how to succeed or success, like these are the most shared posts. And then, as I said before, if you combine the word trends with a strategy around an industry, it gets a lot of reads as well.
Say that again, please.
So if you 10 trends in marketing, in online marketing. If you combine the word trends with an industry or a strategy, it gets a lot more. Thank you.
So how do people actually find this content? Like they go into LinkedIn and use it as a search engine?
Well, that's one of the ways. Yeah. So how do people find the content on LinkedIn? People find the content from, yes, they can go and use it as a search engine, but generally it's a case of people are sharing it. And I'm going to be talking to that in just a few seconds, because, yeah.
Just one more. Are the tags at the bottom more relevant than something like success in the title?
Right, I'm talking about things that are sharing, but the tags in the bottom. So when you actually write an article, you can put tags in the bottom. It's kind of like hashtags. Basically, you'll be pulling your keywords through into there. So no, the title is much more important.
Okay.
Nicola, are you going to send us, like, if we request the PowerPoint later on?
Of course.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll send the PowerPoint.
Please post that in the comment section of the meetup.
Thank you.
That's where you guys will find it.
Excellent. Yes.
I noticed on LinkedIn, there's on the right-hand side of the screen, there's often top influencers, and they'll show the picture, and I have no idea what makes them top influencers.
LinkedIn does.
Because they're doing all this stuff?
No, so influencers come from when did they stop it? It was about June last year they stopped influencers. Anyway, influencers, when LinkedIn first bought Pulse, they approached 500 influencers. We're talking Richard Branson, big names to be influencers on LinkedIn, because they wanted to drive traffic to them. Now, what they did was they kept it open, and if you'd published one article, then you could apply to be a linked influencer. But what happened was they got this influx of applications, and so pretty much anyone was becoming an influencer. So they shut it down, and they moved it across to LinkedIn Publishing. So they've taken away influencer status from a lot of people, and it's generally with people with, I think, around 200,000 followers, and they're keeping their influencer status.
Because I know somebody on there is still showing up that way, and he's just I know who he is, and he does publish a lot. But once I showed up there, and I'm in several groups, but I'm not publishing that much. And I was there a very short time and then disappeared. And I had no idea what I did or didn't.
So are you talking about influencers, or are you talking about stuff that's trending on LinkedIn?
No, the title was, top influencer or something.
Yeah, you're referring to top influencers like within a group probably, right?
Well-
If you're the most active within a group or within your community, you'll see that your profile will be featured within, especially within your network.
Within that group that's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, well, I'm in a lot of groups, but yes, it was for that group. And I know this other guy's in a lot of groups, and John was mentioning a minute ago. But I don't see why anybody's there. I don't know what it is.
I think what Nicole will address and the rest of this will explain a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and to that, so what I'm just going to quickly explain. So, when you join a group, you're a contributor in that group, and the more you contribute, the more your status. There's a little status bar, and like it goes up. But we will come to this. Right. So, reverse engineering of your content. So, rather than the spray and pray approach, like where it's like, don't try and sell to everyone. Be a bit more targeted in your content. Once you've identified your target audience, write and share a post on a topic of interest to them and that highlights your expertise. Use a compelling title, cite case studies that illustrate your point, this way, and end with a call to action to encourage others to share your comments or experiences. So one of those calls to action I'm actually seeing a lot more of is at the end of an article, people are like, if they've been talking about environmental change. So what do you feel about the environmental change policies of late? Sorry, it's just an article I read recently, but that's what people do to start comments flowing. Start your post with an open-ended question. It encourages people to respond. And look for opportunities to share your wisdom. When another member posts, respond with an insightful comment. This is an effective way to find and engage with people who are looking for the product, service, or expertise you have to offer. And also, sort of a little trick, if there's a post from someone who's got a ton of people who've commented on it, add your comment in there, which is great, related to the article, but still highlights what you do. And that means every single other person that posts gets notified that you just posted. And it's just another touch point, your face in front of them.